Hey, what's up everyone? Here's Gore's Horror Movie Month number 7, and this time I'm going to look at the sequel to the first 30 Days of Night, 30 Days of Night, Dark Days. And this is a straight-to-DVD sequel, so don't expect it to be as good as the first one, because I love the first 30 Days of Night. But, let me just say right here, I'm not going to tell you what I think about it right now. You'll have to listen to the review. Is it better than the first one? Is it just okay? Is it good? Is it a good sequel? I don't know. It's a straight-to-DVD movie, so I don't expect it to be, but I don't know. Maybe I was surprised. I'm not sure. I'm trying to confuse you right now. If it's working, then sweet. If it's not, then boo. But before I actually start, I have to keep saying this for all my Gore's Horror Movie Month reviews. This is going to be an unedited review. Just say right here, don't expect it to be very structured, very good. Don't expect me to miss a couple things. Expect me not to tell the story fantastically or talk about all the acting or everything. Don't expect me to go really in depth. This is a unedited review, so yeah, let's go on to the review of the film. Okay, now the story in 30 Days of Night, Dark Days is really hard to talk about because it is really a sequel to the first one, and the first one had a big ending. Like, if it was just a regular old ending, then I could talk about the story, but if you haven't seen the first one, and you're like, ooh, I kind of want to see it, I don't want to spoil it. So I'll talk about what the story is about. Alright, I'm not going to mention characters, I'm not going to mention character names, I'm just going to tell you what it's structured. I'm not going to even talk about what happened in the first movie, because I don't want to spoil it. So, this movie starts off with this girl, she's trying to tell everybody that there's vampires in the world, and she's writing books, she's even making up meetings so she can kill vampires in front of a whole bunch of humans, so they go, yo, man, there's vampires. And what she doesn't know is that she pretty much gets the attention of one guy who is a vampire hunter, whose name is Dane, and then they start to work together to find this big head honcho for the vampires. I think her name is Morgana or something like that, you know, some obvious vampire name, I forgot. And I forgot, maybe it's like I don't know, whatever. And they have to go search for them with his ragtag team of vampire hunters. There's 3 of them together, and her, so there's 4, and the main guy who sets this up is just staying in the shadows, mostly because I don't want to spoil it, but there's a big reason why he doesn't go out in missions. He's just the leader. And yeah, that's pretty much the story. It's pretty much Blade. Let me say that. It's Blade Trinity completely. It's a team of vampire hunters trying to kill one main vampire. It's Blade Trinity, and I won't even say it's as good as Blade Trinity's story. Let me say that. I don't even like Blade Trinity all that much. And really, it's not even close to as good as that. So, you know what, let's go straight into what I thought about the film, though. Okay, before I talk about the cons, let me talk about the pros of the film. The pros, some of the makeup is pretty good. Now, I would just say the makeup maybe in the face area, and even the teeth don't look bad. I mean, they kind of look a little bulgy, like they're bulging out a little bit, but they do look pretty good. And when the vampires are attacking, they look decent. And then even when they're like going into the sun and they're burning up, they look pretty good. So they look a little crispy. They look like crispy marshmallows, so that's pretty good. That's good. Now, some of the effects aren't that great, but I'll talk about that into the cons. Let's see. Some of the acting's okay. The main girl, she's not that bad. The leader guy, like I keep talking about, he's actually pretty good for the short times he's in it. You also have a guy that was in The Matrix. He played Link in The Matrix, for all you Matrix fans. I'm not a big Matrix fan, but you know, he played that guy. And he also played Mercutio in Romeo and Juliet. He's in it for a very short time. He's probably the best one out of them all. Because he's actually an okay actor. I don't know why he's in this. Just saying. It's a straight-to-DVD film. Not that it's a bad film. It could be, but I don't know. So, really, that's all the pros I have for this film. I guess I kind of spoiled it right there. That's the only pros I have for this film. Let's go on to the cons of the film. Okay, now the cons of the film. The first one has to be the blood. Like, the gore itself, I should have said this before in the pros, it actually looks good. Like, the gory moments where it's like, freaking a head getting chopped off, or like, guts hanging out, or someone's head getting smashed in. It looks pretty good. But the blood itself, when you see it in when it's like flying in the air and you can see right through it, it looks like crap. Let me just say, it looks like colored water. That's it. Red water. That's all. I mean, you just put some food coloring in water. There you go. You just made some blood in this movie. But I gotta admit, there was one hilarious scene with blood. For no reason, this character just gets some blood out of a refrigerator because he's a vampire. I'm not gonna tell you what character. He gets some blood out of a fridge. He pours it into a cup. I swear to God, it looked like Kool-Aid, or at least grape soda, or something like that. Maybe more like Kool-Aid. I don't know why it would look like grape. It's not grape. It's not a purple or whatever. But yeah, it looked bad. It looked really horrendous. The story, like I said before, is really stupid. Big ripoff of Blade. Let's say some of the acting's not that great, but not bad enough for me to actually put it as a con. It's really boring. The film is really boring. They do a lot of stupid stuff. Like, they repeat some of the scenes over and over again. Like, them going into a dark building or them going into a dark tunnel. It's the same shit. It's all dark, and guess what? There's going to be a vampire there. It's not scary at all. Even with some jump scares, it's like, I saw that coming. Some of the characters are stupid. I mean, some of the characters do the stupidest things. And the dialogue is terrible. Let me just say right here, that's all my cons. This movie is not very good. I didn't like it one bit, actually. I couldn't think of one thing I liked besides some of the gore. I really can't think of anything else to say about this film besides, how dare you, this is another con, actually. How dare you put Dark Days at the end of 30 Days of Night, pretty much. How dare you make a sequel to it and make a direct DVD sequel? I love 30 Days of Night. That's one of the best vampire movies of the last few years, right next to Let the Right One In, not Let Me In. I didn't see that one yet. And really, I love the first one. And this one is such a huge disappointment and such a huge piece of shit that I'm sorry. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10. I really dislike this film a lot. And of course, it's a straight-to-DVD film, so don't expect to see this or any other straight-to-DVD film that I hated in the past few months to be on my worst of movies, because they're straight-to-DVD, so they're just there to make some money. Yeah, so overall, this movie, not good at all. 3 out of 10, this movie could go screw itself. So yeah, there you go, there's Gore's Horror Movie Month number 7, and yeah. That's it. That's it for a couple days at least, until I watch some more horror movies. So yeah. Thank you and goodbye.